Hey guys, thank you very much for following my YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated to Hyrox racing, and I've personally participated in multiple Hyrox, including different categories. So the most recent one that I did was mixed doubles in Hong Kong that happened back in November, and I finally found some time to put together this vlog. Just like to apologize first, we used two different cameras when we were recording the entire race, therefore you will find some images or videos in landscape whilst the rest is in portrait. So I will also go through with you what happened during the race, what are my thoughts, and as well as what happened after the race. It's the morning of race day. I'm having my breakfast at the buffet restaurant just in our hotel. The reason is just so that I can get all the calories in, enough carbohydrates for the race later. And of course I must avoid all the fatty stuff, so no hash brown and no bacons for me today. And also, so this time around I actually documented the pre-race, and that was my breakfast at the hotel itself. And the reason why I have certain food is because it really just helped me prepare for the race. I will have to avoid any form of fiber. This is to prevent any GI discomfort during the race and after the race. So now I'm going to bring you and walk you through what we have for the buffet. Drinking juice for the fructose and the glucose is really not a nice juice over here. I purposely booked a hotel that was near the race site, and this hotel has a shuttle bus that will bring us all the way to the airport, and from the airport we actually changed transport. I took a train over to the expo. The entire journey took less than half an hour, so I thought it was best because we can keep everything in check and we will not have to worry about any traffic delay. Just boarded our shuttle bus towards the airport, and then we're going to take a train from the airport over to the expo. Currently feeling breathless. You know, the nervousness makes me cannot breathe. This race I was kind of nervous because ever since September I took it as an off-season. My intention of this race was to initially sign up together with my wife so that she'll be exposed to Hyrox racing. However, just about a month before the race, my wife actually got injured, so she was unable to run. And I was very thankful I managed to find a friend who was also racing in Hong Kong, and she agreed to do a mixed doubles with me. Here at the expo now. Starting to feel the nerves. Help. It's not like my first rodeo, but still feeling it. So, Here we have officially arrived at the race site. Currently gonna get into the venue and get ourselves ready for the race. My race will be coming out in about an hour's plus time, so I have plenty of time to walk around and get familiar. Hopefully we can find some magic carpet on the sled. Let's go. 501. Thank you. The entire venue and setup is very much like the Singapore's Expo race. It is in conjunction with another sports exhibition, and throughout the entire field exhibition hall, we could actually see plenty of events happening, including fencing. Inside the venue is very similar to the one in Singapore, so it's in conjunction with another fitness expo. It's called FWE. So there are a lot of fitness events happening. In fact, in the other hall, there's some fencing competition happening. We're just going to walk around first. I'm going to try to see if I can find any of the trigger ball for some form of warm-up. Just going to walk around. There's a lot of things happening over here. Inside the venue is very similar to the one in conjunction with another fitness expo. So much. Doubles happening across now. They have also used the traffic light format of directing traffic over here. Because last time we were just like... And in this portion, I'm just complaining that Hyrox Hong Kong did not provide any finisher patch. Instead, they only give us finisher medal. Even if I wanted to buy the patch, it was out of stock. So I feel that it is kind of absurd, and the reason why many of us sign up is really just to collect the finisher patch at the end. So we no longer get any finisher patch, and I tried to go to purchase one and they're already out of stock. But guess what? Puma is in and out free as long as you sign up them. So at least I still have something as a memento because it's just giving out medals at the end, which honestly, what can we do, right? We can't show off to the world that we have completed a race, right? So yeah, luckily still got this. Thank you, Kuma.
Getting ready for the race.
30 minutes to the race, I will always drink some pre-workout. I don't know if it's placebo, but I always feel that it works. And then 15 minutes later, before the race, I will consume my power gel. Over here. So these are the pre-race nutrition for me. My warm-up routine is pretty straightforward. It's all about dynamic warm-up, getting some runs in. I do not really perform any stations because I feel that it is unnecessary. Maybe a few strokes on the rower, a few strokes on a skier. That's about it. Only warming stuff and then doing some dynamic warm-up. And I follow a very strict nutrition timeline. I will make sure that I take my pre-workout about 30 minutes before the race, as well as a power gel just 15 minutes before the race, or I will just take it during the warm-up, and I will stand by another pack of power gel in my pants or my tights in my pocket so that I can take it during the race itself. Nutrition takes experience, and since this is my 5th or 6th race, I'm actually quite used to, or I know when my body needs to be refueled. Typically, I don't drink during the race as it's only about an hour, but if I really need to, I will probably take a sip right after consuming my power gel midway. 15 minutes pre-race, power gel time. To be honest, the most scary part of the race is at the start line. We are allowed to enter the start line or the start tents just 10 minutes before the race, and in there everybody can just feel the nerves, and usually I will try to stand at the front or near the front, knowing that perhaps my run will be better than many of the participants. So this time around, Ayumi and I, we were near the second row, and once the start sounded, we just burst out the way, and soon enough we were right at the front of the pack. Our run for every single lap was on an average of 4 minutes and 32, right where we wanted. And first station was skier. Our goal was to switch as often as we can, about 200 meters, knowing that we could work really hard during the 200 meters and then catch our breath. This strategy actually worked because our second run was actually faster than our first one. So whenever I'm taking a break, I will actually squat down so that I bring my heart nearly closer to the ground. It allows me to catch my breath and get myself ready to go again. So whenever you see me race in a doubles race, if I happen to squat down, it means I'm actually at my limit and I need to breathe. Then moving over to the sled push, Ayumi and I discussed that I will complete 75% of each lap and she will cover the rest. So the idea is that because I have a heavier mass, it makes more sense for me to move the weight. And in a mixed double situation, it is always better that the guys carry more weight because in general, guys can still run a little faster than women. But of course, in our case, Ayumi is running as fast or sometimes even faster than me. So find a strategy that works for you, especially when it comes to the weighted element, such as the sled push and the sled pull. Next one, let's talk about the sled pull. So we entered, as always, I will start the station first, and on that day, I do not know why, but I felt extra good. So I abandoned the plan and I went ahead to pull 1.5 laps on the sled, then after handing over. But by the time, I think I was already gassing myself out, because by 1.5 lap, I felt that, oh, I was done. Thankfully, Ayumi really is very strong. She was able to move the sled very easily. One strategy I can share with you is that the stronger person should always start the sled pull, because given that it is the furthest away, there is actually more friction and you need more strength to overcome to kickstart the sled.
Let's go! Alright, we got
By the time we finished the sled pull, I could really feel the fatigue, but all I had to do was just stay on Ayumi's shoulder and keep up to the pace. Then moving into the burpee broad jump, our initial idea was to do about 6 to 10 reps, but as we were looking, we found that there was 4 laps, so we decided to just go 1 lap each, and each lap is about 20 meters. I would really say it's a very bad idea, because when we race in a double situation, we want to be as explosive and cover as much ground as possible. I was able to perform about 10 to 12 reps before I felt like I was going to die, okay, or I was feeling like I'm gassing out. So after finishing 20 meters, I really had to huff and puff and bring my breath back before I had to complete another 20 meters after Ayumi. After I took over from Ayumi, I did another 20 meters. It was at this point I felt like I was going to vomit. And I used the entire 1 kilometer to keep everything in. And I was glad by the time we get to rower, I was back. And because I felt like puking, I was not able to consume the power gel as planned. So I actually consumed it during the row workstation itself. We discussed and we decided that we will cover, or we will have to switch as little as possible, because row work, when we switch from one participant to the other, it takes a lot of time. So I did 300 meters, the pace was alright, about 150. Then Ayumi took over, and when I took it back, she could see that I was starting to fade away. My power output has decreased, but I still made it a point to stay under 2 minutes per 500 meters.
to say. Woo!
But I'm always very thankful for road. In my mind, I'm more than halfway through, and the last 3 stations, usually it's quite easy or more manageable. So going into Farmers Carry, it's a rather short station, about 2 minutes and under. So as usual, our plan was to go as far as we can with the weight, and Farmers Carry has always been my greatest nemesis. I always struggle to complete 200 meters straight, so it's great that I actually have a partner to share the load with. So I went more than 100 meters, and when I handed over to Ayumi, I thought I could catch a break. But Ayumi took the kettlebell and she dashed. At that point, I'm like, oh my god, where's my break? But nonetheless, we held out and managed to pull through, and I think we did quite a relatively good time for Farmers Carry. Moving into the lunges, my legs were already feeling pretty sore because I was wearing a new shoe and my feet was not feeling that great. Never ever wear anything new, but because I felt that, in terms of cardio, I wasn't doing very well, I need a super shoe. So I actually bought a Adidas Adios Pro 3 just about 2 days ago, and I only wore it once for a shakeout run. So at lunges, I could feel that it's getting pretty wobbly on my feet, but I managed to push through, taking one step at a time. But when Ayumi took over the lunges, she really just powered through and bounced through the lap like it was nothing. Then come the happiest moment, running into the final station, which is the wall balls. As always, we discussed that I will go for at least 30 on the first set before handing over. And internally, we were very competitive because there was another team from Singapore right next to us. I was constantly keeping a lookout, making sure that I stay ahead, and when I handed over to Ayumi, Ayumi once again moved the ball like it was really smooth like butter. And we only switched twice, so I took over another time, and when I handed over, I thought that I may have to complete, but Ayumi went for 21 reps without stopping. And we just dashed towards the finishing line and celebrated because we did a relatively good time of 1 hour and 5 minutes. It was well or way better than what we expected.
Come on, Nathan. Come on, Kelly.
A few weeks later, we received an email from Hyrox World Championship. It does not look like the usual invitation where they say you are invited. Instead, it looks like an invoice with a link for us to click to make payment. So at first, we thought that it was a scam. So I even posted on Instagram saying that, hey, people beware. I think that Hyrox have already started to get scammers. But one of my friends advised me to reach out to the country manager of Singapore for Hyrox, and indeed it was not a scam. Instead, both Ayumi and I have qualified for the World Championship, and it has always been my dream to actually return back to the World Champion stage and race again, racing against the best, the cream of the crop throughout the entire world. officially done with the race. Finally can enjoy Hong Kong. We did a very good timing of 1:05, really better than what was expected. So now I'm just gonna have a good time. I finally can have some beer, and I'll document the rest of the trip. Cheers! Bye! So this is all from the vlog for this time, my Hyrox Hong Kong. If you have any question pertaining to Hyrox, I'm more than happy to share with you. And if you have any things that you'd like to share with me to race better or to share with the community, do type in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's vlog and video, please help me like, share and subscribe to the channel so that we can all benefit and race better in our next Hyrox race. Cheers and bye!